3 degrees in electrical engineering, the first one from Florida Institute of Technology, then University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, and then Stanford.
Vikram to just kind of introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself.
A little bit about myself. 3 degrees in electrical engineering, the first one from Florida Institute of Technology, then University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, and then Stanford. I left Stanford to help start a company, and this is, again, giving you a perspective, early days. We helped start a company to track cargo containers around the world, and it pretty much ended up becoming the global standard for every cargo container around the world. And so that was the first example, and actually is cited as the first example of the Internet of Things. I still maintain that I came up with the name Internet of Things in a bar, but Kevin Ashton took credit for it from MIT, but that's a conversation for a different day. From there, we built the company up. It was 30 of us. We then sold it to Texas Instruments. I think 2 of us were the key owners, plus we had an angel investor, and we sold it to to Texas Instruments back in, I'm talking, mid to late 90s for $30+ million. A few years later, we found a way to buy the company back during a major upheaval in corporate America, where Texas Instruments, a portion of Texas Instruments' business was merging with Raytheon. We saw an opportunity. We were able to buy the company back for well under $10 million. We raised money from, I'm sure you've heard these people, Accel Partners, which is one of the top, I think they were the primary funder of Facebook. We raised money from Temasek, which is government of Singapore. We raised money from Hutchison Whampoa over in Hong Kong. We raised money from UPS. We raised money from Oracle. We raised a lot of money. And we turned around about 6 years later and sold the company to Lockheed Martin for well north of $400 million. I was then a president at Lockheed. My job at Lockheed was to commercialize technologies. And from there, I worked with the government of Singapore, actually, Nanyang Technological University, to commercialize nanomaterials. I worked with the government of UK to mine the ocean surface for seabed mining, polymetallic nodules. I worked with folks on the LiDAR technology. So that was a lot of fun at Lockheed. As I was getting ready to retire, I joined a few boards. I joined a board of a company called Ray Systems, which we helped turn around and sold to Honeywell. I also joined the board of a company called 8x8. 8x8 was a voice over internet protocol provider, primarily a chip company. And then we helped grow the business from about 100 million in revenue to about 550 million in revenue, from about 700 million in market capitalization to right around 2.3 billion in market capitalization, and from about 400-ish employees to about 1,700 employees. And then I exited December of 2020 from 8x8, and then I was approached on by a whole lot of different companies to join the boards. I joined the board of a company called Ping Identity, which was just recently sold for $2.8 billion to Thoma Bravo, that's in the cybersecurity space. And then I've joined a few cybersecurity, a few supply chain. There's also a very fascinating company that I've joined, which I want to plug for, which is called Genesis Digital, which does basically what we do is the ability to ensure that you can run your complete business from the time for customer acquisition to billing to support for any physical assets for a small business. So again, it's been fun mentoring people, working with people, helping people blossom and grow. So that's been the challenge and the fun of my life.